Rope A is tied to block 1 and rope B is attached to both block 1 and block 2. Block 1 is 4.2 and block 2 is 2.6 kilograms. What is the force of tension when it moves at a constant velocity of 1.5 and an acceleration of 1.2? So the first thing you want to do is write down your givens. Mass 1, your given is 4.2 kilograms. Mass 2 is 2.6 kilograms. Your velocity is 1.5 meters per second up, and your acceleration is 1.2 meters per second squared. So the first question that we're asked is what the force of tension in rope A is when our velocity is constant. So recall that F net equals mass times acceleration, and in this case F net is the force of tension plus our force of gravity. And then go ahead and add in your values for mass and acceleration. You're going to get mass as the total mass of both blocks, so 4.2 kilograms plus 2.6 kilograms, times an acceleration of 0 because we're moving at a constant velocity. To isolate for the force of tension, you have to move the force of gravity to the other side, which will give it a negative value. You're going to get 0 for your first value and then negative Fg. Now in this case we're going to assume that up is positive, so you're going to give another negative to Fg. Fg equals mg, so 4.2 plus 2.6 times negative 9.81 is going to give you a value of 67 newtons. So the second part of A is asking you for the force of tension in rope B. So F net equals ma. F net is the force of tension plus the force of gravity, which equals the mass of block B times the acceleration of 0. You're going to get a value of 0. Move the force of gravity to the other side to isolate for Ft. Your force of gravity is 2.6 times 9.81, and you'll get a value of 26 newtons. So for the second part of the question B, it's asking you what is the force of tension in rope A. So F net equals ma. Ft plus Fg will give you ma. Fill in your values for mass times acceleration. So again, your mass will be 4.2 plus 2.6, and your acceleration this time will be 1.2. So you're going to end up with F net equals 8.16 newtons. Move the force of gravity to the other side to isolate for the force of tension. Your force of gravity will be your total masses times 9.81 down, and you're going to end up with an answer of 75 newtons. So the second part of the question is asking you the force of tension in rope B. So again, F net equals mass times acceleration. F net is the force of tension plus the force of gravity. So sub in your values for mass and acceleration. Your mass is only going to be the mass of block B, and your acceleration is going to be 1.2 meters per second squared. You're going to end up with a value of 3.12 newtons. And then again, as always, move the force of gravity to the other side of the equation to isolate for the force of tension. Your force of gravity is going to be the mass of block B, 2.6 kilograms, times 9.81 down. And simplify those values and you'll get 29 newtons.